Welcome to the Microchip Is podcast. Join your host, Mike Maynard, as he learns about the technologies, products, and people that make microchip technology what it is today.
Welcome to the Microchip Is podcast. Today, I'm finding out that Microchip is 32-bit MCUs. I'm joined by Bill Hutchings, who's the Senior Product Marketing Manager at Microchip. Welcome to the podcast, Bill.
Hey, great to be here.
So we'd like to start off with finding a little bit about you and your role at Microchip. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do within the company?
Sure, I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager for our 32-bit MCU division. In this position, I mostly work with new product development, where we define the products. We work with teams to develop products and release them, and then publicly launch them and put the information up on the web, those types of things. And then I'm also involved in the support of those products and the promotion of them.
That's cool. And in terms of where these products are used, I mean, what do you see as the most interesting, exciting markets and applications for 32-bit MCUs today?
We have a pretty broad set of 32-bit MCU solutions, and our solutions are really tailored to meet things in particular application spaces and markets. But we do play in consumer, industrial, and automotive. The applications can really go from just really simple embedded control to highly connected products with really advanced human interfaces and security. Our solutions have features supporting low power, so wearable type things, graphics displays for a human interface, quite a bit with, high performance capacitive touch. Security, we also have solutions within supporting functional safety for industrial, automotive, and appliance, as well as motor control, connectivity, and AI/ML. So kind of a broad set of different application spaces and markets that we play in.
That's fascinating. You cover, so many different applications. I mean, presumably you're actually seeing quite a wide range of challenges that designers are facing across all these different applications.
Yeah, most of the time for these type of applications for our customers is really spent on, software and firmware development. So that's developing, testing, and maintaining the software and firmware is a, very significant effort and requires a lot of resources on our customer side. And we have provided a set of solutions for really rapid software development on our products. We have a solution called MPLab Harmony, which is an integrated software development framework. It provides flexible, interoperable software modules that simplify the development and really allow our customer to focus on their own value-added features and not a lot of the infrastructure. So it includes demo and example applications, layered and modular software libraries, peripheral libraries, drivers and services and middleware, and a lot of software stacks for communications protocols and functional things that our customers needs to do, like interfacing to USB, doing TCP/IP stacks, graphics, security solutions, motor control, audio. So a set of software components and software stacks that they can use that really are tested, interoperate great with each other, and really speed the development.
So it sounds like you've put a lot of effort into that software development side. I mean, presumably, one of the key things there is that you need to be able to target different microcontroller cores. You've got two different main families. Do engineers simply, use Harmony and compile code for whatever they want without having to think too much about the low-level details?
Absolutely. So it's a layered approach. And, we support a few different cores from MIPS and ARM and others, and some internal cores, but we have a broader portfolio with 8, 16, and 32-bit, and even 64-bit solutions that we just recently announced. And for our customers, it's really not a focus on the core, but on the features and the performance that you need to meet your application requirements, right? We're giving you a lot of choices for something that kind of perfectly matches what you actually need.
That's interesting. I mean, presumably, what you're doing is you're trying to offer solutions for everything. Is that why you've got so many different families? You've got the 8, 16, 32, and 64, as you said. Is that because you need to optimize for the trade-offs for different applications?
The trade-offs, whether it's, cost and power performance or overall throughput for a communications channel or special features for security or a human interface, right? So we've got a lot of different solutions with different kind of peripheral mixes and performance levels and, power profiles and those types of things. And, being able to work within extended temperatures and such to really kind of match up with what our customers are doing for their particular application. So you can really find an optimal solution for your needs.
That makes sense, and presumably things like the Harmony, MPLAB Harmony toolchain, that makes it a lot easier for customers because they can access that complete range from one vendor with one toolchain.
Absolutely. So you're not having to kind of retrain on these types of things. You can simplify your supply chain, but you can really simplify your development too. As maybe you need to have higher performance or different features, you can sort of grow straight into our microprocessor products kind of seamlessly because they're both supported within MPLAB Harmony.
And presumably there's a benefit as well because effectively the peripherals on the microcontroller, they're all going to be familiar to the designer as they move from different families for different processing performance. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
So it makes it easier for the hardware engineer, I guess, as well as the software engineer.
Yeah. It's a benefit on both sides.
So you're obviously at the higher end of performance. I mean, you probably see a lot of what's changing in microcontrollers. I mean, what do you see as the main trends that are happening within your customers?
Some of the trends that we see and we're supporting and leading on, increased focus on security. So we have products with embedded hardware security modules. So security and at different levels of support for our customers, kind of a scalable security solution depending on their needs is something that we definitely see as a trend. And then there's also quite a bit of customers within functional safety for different kind of market spaces within appliances and industrial and automotive. There's a focus, on having safety manuals and being able to support those customers that need things like certified diagnostic code that we have for our products, supporting, like I said, automotive, industrial, and home appliances, functional safety requirements.
So it sounds like there's, this huge range of requirements from your customers, a huge different range of applications, and presumably the software is becoming quite complex in 32-bit MCUs. So, I mean, how can customers get help? Do you offer design support to customers?
Yeah, we have quite a few avenues for design support. So, we offer a set of reference designs and demonstration applications. So you can go straight to the top level, microchip.com, and click on a link that'll take you straight into a set of reference designs and demonstration applications that we have from, all of our BUs. They really can speed designs. It has a broad range of different applications and products shown that have schematics, the bill of materials, the software, the design files. So it's a very excellent resource, right? And then we also have design services. One of them is called Microchip. Basically, you can kind of interface to Microchip and we'll do a check across your design at the different stages and, kind of go through your schematics, go through your overall design, your PCB, and kind of give you sort of hints and do our expert review of you using our products to enhance your design. And like I said, you can really do it from concept all the way to production. So it's a really nice service.
That's amazing. I mean, that's got to be a lot of reassurance to your customers to know that Microchip experts have looked at the design and identified that you're going in the right direction, right from that concept stage. I love that.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about different features and different requirements for customers. I mean, I wonder, is there something else you see happening where, there's demand for features that you've added recently that perhaps even Microchip customers might not know themselves?
One that I think is really sort of exciting is an over-the-air update capability. So we give within our MPLAB Harmony framework, we have a solution set for over-the-air updates. So you can easily update your firmware across your products in a secure fashion in a completely remote solution. This enables, to add new product features, resolve maybe security threats, fix bugs, add a lot on an ongoing basis to the products, maybe even have new revenue sources, right? And this can be accessed through our MPLab Harmony. Like I said, it's a solution set within that software framework.
That's fascinating. And presumably, the real challenge there is developing an OTA process that's secure. I mean, presuming that's a potential security risk if you don't get it right.
Correct. Yeah. But like I said, we've embedded it straight into the solution set.
And that's great. I mean, that again takes a big headache away from your customers. So I love that. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about how the business unit as a whole impacts Microchip? I think Microchip certainly built its reputation on 8-bit microcontrollers. The world's moved on. Have you seen that happen with, your customers? They're all moving to more powerful processors and ultimately 32-bit MCUs?
Definitely our business unit provides kind of like the higher performance segment of the microcontroller lines. But we really have a full family of MCUs, the 8, 16, 32 MCUs. And then, like I said, growing into the microprocessors also, and then the 64-bit microprocessors. We have a great range of products and customers, really need a lot of solutions at a lot of different levels, right? They might have very simple needs, capacitive touch, some, human interface and control, all the way up to high levels of security and graphical human interfaces and communication links, right? So what we are doing is kind of really supplying a solution set across this broad range of needs for our customer. But like I said, our particular business unit is really focused in on the 32-bit MCUs, which is like the higher end of the microcontrollers.
And obviously around microcontrollers, I mean, there's quite a lot of components. Are you working with other business units to make sure there's the right, for example, power components or analog components that support your customers' needs?
Yeah, absolutely. So Microchip has a pretty large analog business. So they support the feature sets that we need for powering our products, other interface and transceivers for the communications channels, right? So there's a really complete solution for our customers. And when you're like using some of our reference designs and stuff, it's integrating a lot of those different elements, right?
And this is the total system solutions that I keep hearing from all these different business units, that everybody's trying to work together to help engineers have a complete solution.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So it's not just a complete solution for your requirements. It's also a total system solution for your logistics, the reliability of the designs, right? The support of those designs, the technical support, the reference designs, things like microcheck. So, like I said, it's yes, a total system solution for just not meeting your requirements and exceeding your requirements, but for the whole product life cycle that you need.
That sounds amazing. I mean, I really appreciate your time, Bill. You've given us some really good insight into the MCU 32. I'm interested. Do you have any sort of engineering advice you'd like to give listeners? What's your best bit of engineering advice?
My best bit of engineering device is when you're choosing a semiconductor vendor, you really want to choose someone that you have a good partnership with, right? Because in your design, there's going to be quite a bit of time spent, resources spent on developing it, and then going into production. So, but it's not just, hey, I have a supplier. What you really would want is a partner, and that's what we are to our customers, a partner, right? Really being able to supply a lot more of the different products to simplify the supply chain, but also being able to provide the support when necessary, things like the reference designs and the microchecks, but then also have a reliability of the production and a focus on keeping things in production so that as your products are out there, you're going to be able to keep on buying products from us, and we'll support the things that are in your design really on a customer driven obsolescence, right? So we have very long life cycles for our products, meaning that if you have a product that you're going to have out there for a decade, you're definitely going to be able to get the supply from us because we're not going to end of life things. It's It's really a focus on longevity of the solution.
I love that. It's got to be reassuring that, engineers are not going to have to go to the effort of designing in a product and then maybe 3 years later designing a new product. The guarantee of supply's got to be good. Let's engineers focus on what matters. Bill, this has been fascinating. It feels like we've covered such a vast amount of information about the 32-bit MCUs. I wonder, is there one thing you'd really like the listeners to remember about Microchip's 32-bit MCUs?
Like I said, when we were talking about before the total system solution, it's really bringing all the elements together to support our customers' design requirements, the development needs, and the full product lifecycle. So that's what we are trying to do, is provide that total system solution and be a partner for our customers.
Perfect. That sounds great. I'm sure people will be, interested to go and learn even more about Microchip's 32-bit MCU family. I mean, where's the best place for them to go if they've got questions or are looking for more information?
I think the best place is our website. They can go straight on there and look up microcontrollers, the 32-bit MCU section. That will be our products, but there's tons and tons of information on all of our products, the technical information, as well as development. You can also go out there and look at our MP Lab Harmony software framework that supports our MCUs and, like I said, our MPUs too. And then there's also really good resources like training from Microchip University and developer help on our products and all the Microchip products that is really useful when you're trying to sort of get going and evaluate things.
Perfect. That's really helpful. Thank you. It's been such an interesting conversation. I really appreciate your time. Bill, thanks so much for telling us what Microchip is in the world of 32-bit MCUs.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Microchip Is podcast. Please follow us on your favorite podcast platform to keep learning about the many technologies, products, and people that make Microchip what it is today. Look out for our upcoming Microchip Is podcasts and our new Beyond the Microchip podcast series.